Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. I've got a brand new 4500 milliamp 6S by Jen's Ace to, ESR test. And for this one, I'm actually going to give you guys a running video, and I'm putting this into the UDR. Now the UDR has a Castle 2200 kV motor and a 34 tooth pinion gear with the stock 51 tooth spur gear. So we're going to see if this little 4500 can keep up with the truck. It's going to have to really put out some amps. But first, let's put this thing on the ESR meter and actually see what it's got at room temperature. The size is actually pretty nice, and if you're building a 12SX Max, this would probably fit in the stock trays. And I've already got it hooked up, and the ESR meter is all set for this 4500 milliamps. Let's go ahead and get a temperature on it. 22.8, 73. So it's at a cool room temperature. So let's go ahead and hook up the wire and see what we've got for actual, safe discharge. Make sure I don't plug this in backwards. Alright, we are at storage. 4.96 milliohms, 16C, 75 amps. I really hope this gets better as it gets hotter. Although, it is a 4500 milliamps, so maybe they're better than what I'm thinking, but the 4.96 milliohms, that's a little high. But while we're at it, let's take a look at a couple of other cells. .2. So I'm going to go ahead and charge it, put it into the ESR or into the UDR, give it a run. When I get done with it, I'm going to take a temperature reading and put it back on this thing and see just what we end up with. So let's get driving. Charged and ready to go in. Fits in, and it has a lot of room to spare, both up and down. So if your truck has the little spacer piece that goes either in here or up here, I'm not really sure. My truck never had it. That's how I've always been able to run a larger battery. You're probably going to want to add some foam. So I'm going to do some digging around, find some foams, and try to shim this battery in so it's fairly tight in case I happen to crash. Okay, so what I did was I used the actual foam that came with the battery. The batteries that come with the little soft foams and cushions, save those for situations like this. This is another piece of foam I had saved from another battery, and now it's nice and secure. And no, I shouldn't be pulling on the wires like this. And it's kind of cool. You can see the Jen's Ace logo sort of in there. But anyway, that goes down to there. The little battery holder cover goes on there. And let's go get this thing in the dirt. Yes. All right. Okay, so all in all, I only got about 10 minutes of run time out of this. Battery is nice and hot. Oh yeah, let's get this thing out, get it on the tester and see what it's got. Oh, overall pack voltage 22.16 volts. Milliamps 27.3. That's for the whole pack. Okay, it's set up for the cell, 15% charge, 32C, 147 amps, 1.32 milliohms. That's pretty good, but then again, you had to heat a pack up to about 120 degrees, but all in all, that is a really good number. I'm gonna check some different cells here. Here's another cell, we're down at 13%. 32C, 144.9. So yeah, it's actually a decent pack. Now in a UDR, you know, it's just not going to last that long because it's just such a big truck. But you know, the pack is actually good and it doesn't feel swollen or anything. So that's another good sign. While we're here, I want to try to get a temperature of the motor. 72, 161 degrees. That is not bad for the Castle with the 34 tooth pinion gear. That is really nice. That's a cool running motor, believe it or not. Let's see if I can get to the ESC here. ESC 123. Not bad. Truck stays cool. Can probably use a little bit larger battery, a little more milliamps, you know, but overall, I'm happy. So basically this was a brutal test. The first charge, first discharge, brand new 6S, only a 4500 milliamp. You know, that's not all that big of a battery for this much truck. The Castle motor ran great. The 34 tooth pinion worked great. The temperatures were in check, which was actually nice to see, you know, with a UDR having, you know, the hot motors and all that stuff. But the runtime was short because, well, it's a small battery. But overall, the battery took it and did really, really well. Will this small of a battery take this kind of abuse over and over and over? I have my doubts about that. But, you know, maybe if you guys happen to be using a battery like this, maybe let me know, you know. Comment, let us all know if this small of a 6S battery works for you without puffing up or just, you know, just dying, you know, real bad. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys liked the video and thank you all for watching.